Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I want to talk to you about the latest batch of news for STO on both PC and console. As always, chapters are listed down below. The first thing I want to look at is this 10 forward recap, and a huge thanks to the Sujuk Car for going through and getting this transcript typed up of the 10 forward stream. So this 10 forward was mostly focused on the new legendary bundle, which I've already got a video going over, and there's a couple points that I'll touch on here in a couple minutes, but there's a couple other things that were said in the 10 forward stream that I want to highlight here. The first is that Kale hinted at the Dauntless from Star Trek Prodigy as a ship that might be coming to STO sometime soon. For those of you not familiar with the Dauntless from Star Trek Prodigy, it is a different looking ship for sure. It does draw some inspiration with its design from the original Dauntless from Star Trek Voyager, which is a ship that is actually in the game, has been for a very long time. So clearly some of the design of this ship originates from the original Dauntless, but this one looks like it might be a bit bigger. The design of it is also something that may not be appealing for everyone, but for those of you that were a fan of this in Star Trek Prodigy, this will probably be a ship that comes to STO. Now, given that the original Dauntless was a science ship, it would not surprise me if this ends up being like a science dreadnought, given that it does appear to be a bit larger. Now, this will likely be a promotional tier ship. The reason I'm saying that is because we typically have more than one promo ship released in a year. The only promo that has been released so far in 2023 is the Constitution 3. If we look back to 2022, there was 3 different promo ships released, and that trend continues for prior years. So it's very likely this is going to be a promotional tier ship, especially given how much they're monetizing the Prodigy content. So it is going to be expensive, and I don't know how most people are going to feel about the visual design of this ship. And the next thing here is that Thomas stated that there is a remaster of the Exeter variant of the Constitution in progress. So this is one of the low tier Constitution variants. It's a tier 2, and it is a very, very old skin. So if you're a fan of that Exeter look for the Constitution, that is going to be getting a visual remaster sometime soon. And Jonathan stated that he has been working on a melee weapon rework to bring the older melee weapons in the game up to a state comparable or competitive to the newer melee weapons. The big change here is that he wants to make sure that older melee weapons allow you to charge and sprint towards enemies from a longer distance to match what the newer weapons have. Now, he's not sure if this is live yet or not. He's already finished working on it, but he says he does not know yet if this has made it live for us players because the patch notes are sometimes truncated, meaning that, as many of us very much know, the patch notes they give us do not contain all of the changes that they actually have made to the game. So he's not sure if this is live yet. If it is, he would like some feedback. And if it is not live yet, then just know that it is something that will be arriving sometime soon. And that's pretty much it for the non-legendary part of the 10 forward discussion. There were a couple things that they talked about that they would like to do, like to look into, but don't get your hopes up on any conversations like that. When they're announcing something, you can get excited, but they typically have quite a bit that they're working on, and they will forget about this shortly after the stream. So unless you see it being actually announced as something that is going to happen, don't get your hopes up. But if you want to go through and read through the rest of that, I will have a link to the transcript of the stream down in the description below. And heading over to the legendary bundle here, again, this bundle dropped as a complete surprise on Thursday. They put out the blog basically as the bundle was made available in the C-store. That's one thing I never get with them. Their marketing approach to things like this just always seems to be insanely bad. Like, I don't understand why they're not marketing these things like a month down in advance. It seems weird to me. But anyways, this bundle does have a few things that we need to talk about. The first thing here that I want to note is that it does not come with enough upgrade tokens to fully upgrade all of the ships. Kale did respond to this on the 10 forward, saying he's passed that along. There's no update yet, but that is something being discussed internally there. So hopefully sometime next week they'll announce that they're going through and giving us some extra upgrades to make sure that we can upgrade both of the ships that come in the $120 bundle. Now, I do have a full breakdown of this bundle, the contents, and both of the ships in another video. So if you want to learn more about the ships specifically, make sure to check that video out. And I will be reviewing both of the ships here over the next week. Now, with regards to both of the ships, there are a couple updates that I need to mention. The first is with the Legendary Avenger. The Legendary Avenger trait currently allows you to get up to 50% crit D because it stacks up to 4 times. The first stack gives you 20, and the 3 following stacks each give you 10. So on the 10 forward stream, there were some comments made about the trait from the Legendary Avenger that bring into question if those crit values are going to remain.
20% upfront, and then if you stack more emergency power traits on top of it, you can gain an additional 10% per stack. Total stack size is still being tuned. Right now, I think you can stack it up to 2 extra times for 40 total, but that feels kind of high. The numbers might move before release. You might see something like 20 plus 5 per, or something like that. But yeah, broad strokes will stay the same, and 20 floor feels right to me. So
Yeah.
So it's not guaranteed that the trait is going to change, but Jonathan was throwing out some numbers stating that he felt like the 50% or he thought it was 40% crit D might be a bit too much. Personally, I don't think it's that bad, especially when you consider that there's traits like Universal Designs out there that gives the same amount of crit severity as what it's currently giving. And then Universal Designs is also giving 10% crit chance on top of that. So I don't see why it would need to be nerfed or changed. It launched in this state, and I really don't think it needs to change from the state that it's in now. But just be aware that that is something that may potentially happen to the trait from the Legendary Avenger. Now, for the Legendary Bordeaux, the consoles off of both of these ships were made unrestricted, so you can use them on any ship, and that was confirmed to be intentional. So that does mean that the flagship console set, which you can get also from the Odyssey or Scimitar, can be used on any ship now. So if you buy the Border SKU, you do get all of those also. But there's one of these consoles here on the Border SKU from one of the T5 Border SKUs that is currently bugged and will probably end up getting re-restricted. The Hosus Bird of Prey console will spawn into Bird of Prey, and the issue is that if you use that console on a ship that is not the Border SKU, it is making your ship invisible, just disappearing basically. So that probably is going to get re-restricted because of that bug, but the rest of the consoles should remain unrestricted, and they explicitly said that it was intended for those consoles to be made unrestricted. So if you are a fan of the flagship console set from the Scimitar, Odyssey, and Border SKU, know that you can now use those consoles on whatever ship you want. And for the Border SKU here, I'd mentioned in the video that it just has a battle cloak. It does actually have an enhanced battle cloak. So for those of you wanting to do some cloaked torp shenanigans there, this is a ship that is going to work quite nicely for that. And heading over to some regular news here. For those of us on PC, we have a bonus lithium event active right now up through October 2nd. So if you're looking to grind up some lithium, make sure to take advantage. And for those of us on PC, we also have a 25% key sale active up through October 1st. And there's also a return of the 20 keyring bundle. So if you want to stock up on keys, go ahead and do so. But if you're looking for the best way to convert your Zen to EC, then I would wait for the promo pack event that'll happen whenever they release that Dauntless ship into the game. The promo packs always have a much better conversion rate for Zen to EC than Master Keys. So wait for that if you can, but if you need the EC right now, the keys are an option. And over on the console side of things, there is a Red Alert event that started up on the 28th that is going to be running up through October 12th. This does give you a T6X upgrade token. So for those of you on console, definitely make sure to take advantage of this because you are going to need as many of those as you can get for the X2 upgrade when that goes live on November 1st. Then console has a bonus mark event active also up through October 12th. And there's also a Phoenix prize pack event that is going to be running up through October 5th. Again, if you guys are looking to stock up on T6X upgrades, take advantage of this stuff. Like take advantage of the Red Alert to get a free one, but also take advantage of the Phoenix prize pack event to stock up on as many of them as you can. Every 5 ultra rare Phoenix tokens you get can be converted over to a T6X upgrade, and you will need 2 upgrades to take a ship from T6X to T6X2. So be prepared and get a lot of upgrades so that you can go through and upgrade all of your ships when that goes live at the start of November. And for those of you on console, the Muds Taking a Cruise bundle is going to be live soon. Or actually, it is live now. On September 28th, that dropped, and it is going to be on an introductory 50% sale up through October 12th. It's an okay bundle, but I don't think the value is going to be there for everyone. To me, the value is with the 23rd Century ship pack, and if you have use cases for that, and like the Jem'Hadar Light Battlecruiser, then you may want to consider it. But $150 is a lot of money. Really only go for it if you were looking to get those promo ships on multiple characters anyways. So it's a solid bundle for what it has, given what the cost of these promos would be outside of it. But I mean, it's expensive. You're probably better saving your money for the new legendary bundle that just dropped on PC. That'll probably be dropping in the next month or so on console, and just saving your Zen for some of the other bundles that release moving forward. And the last thing I want to mention for today is that Master Replicas does have some more of the Eagle Moss STO ship models up on their site. One of the more popular ones for the recent drop has been the Bordesque, and that has now almost sold out entirely. So if you're wanting a physical model of that ship, make sure to act fast because, this is an Eagle Moss model. We don't know, if there's any more stock of this remaining. So when this sells out, that may legitimately be, the remaining inventory that they have. So act fast because there's only 2 of them left in stock. But that's going to be it for this video today. Hopefully you found this helpful. I'm going to be streaming, I guess later today on Saturday here. And I plan to have a review out for either the Bordesque or Inquiry sometime this weekend. Thanks for watching, and see you guys around.